Hey there, this is Matt Allen, otherwise known as FoamyDM. I have a new quadcopter, the Flywoo Firefly V2. I saw on Josh Bardwell's channel, and it just looked so tiny and adorable, and it looked like it would be a great way to get comfortable flying FPV and flying quadcopters. I've had some quadcopters like the Mobula 7 that were awesome until I got really familiar with it. And then I would end up smacking it into something good and kind of busting some of the delicate connections in the quadcopter. This is ELRS based transmission. Oh, I landed in the grass. And what I learned really quickly was if it gets caught in the grass or a bush or anywhere, I need to turn off the throttle. Otherwise, I'm going to lose propellers. I end up searching for propellers nearly every crash. You can see that I'm also getting familiar with the craft, getting familiar with throttle control. I got some dirt on the lens. And I'm also checking to see how good the FPV system is, how easy it is to fly. As you can see, it kind of gets a little sketchy. But this is in the backyard, and it's that's where my antennas are pointed. I've got an Omni and a flat panel. And the panel points out back, of course, because I'm kind of sitting on my back porch. Works out pretty easy. It's a good flyer. I think what was impressed me and caused me to purchase it. Oh. Nope, there we go. We're covered. All right. I'm going to fly this in horizontal mode for all 4 of the batteries that I have ready. The goal is to get good enough at flying where I'm not going to crash it in each battery, so I can run through a whole battery once. Oh, there I go again. All right, time to go try again. Again, this is probably still the first battery. And again, I'm getting used to this. Once I start getting more comfortable, that kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies, so I kind of slowed down. Oh, and it's still learning throttle management. But what I realized shortly is that just going in circles around the backyard isn't, I don't know, I don't feel like it's a great skill builder. So what I start doing is, you'll see shortly, going around the house. First try was to see how bad the reception was in the FPV system. Now I'm flying with Video Aerial Systems Omni and a directional, I can't remember what he called it. And it's pretty rock steady. I mean, I know my house is made of lead, so it's not like the signal is very good. Oh, there's some shaking. Oh, lost it again. All right. I think this time I put in a brand new battery. Nope, not a brand new battery. I think some of these videos got out of sequence, but you kind of get the gist. So I bring it out in front of the house, and I haven't really defined mentally what my track is. But you can see that in front of the house, the omnidirectional is really what's picking up all the signal, and it does an okay job. It's enough to fly by for sure. So that also told me that maybe I should start flying circuits around my house, getting familiar, and make a little racetrack out of it. And that'll give me more purpose and a chance at getting better control. I'll make the course more difficult as we go. Like, fly left around the hoop and fly right around the tree and, go in between the column and the porch area. Maybe do a little bit of slalom. But for right now, I'm just going in circles. Not very exciting. But it is a challenge to me. Oh, and so I'm trying to get close to the corners and get better at understanding the lines. This is a 1S quad. I mean, it flies very similarly to, I think in a stiff breeze, I could feel it push the quad around. But generally speaking, on a calm day, this quadcopter flies like any quadcopter I've flown before. But it's 1S. It's real easy to charge. It's real easy to get a bunch of batteries ready. Inexpensive. Like I said, it weighs a total of maybe 40, 45 grams. It's small. You can put it in your pocket, literally. If you purchase it, I recommend getting, not just 4, but 8 batteries. You're going to go through them in about, they claim like 8 minutes, but I think it's more along the lines of probably 6 minutes. But either way, you can get some good time out of it. So you want to get a bunch of batteries ready. And the other thing is order extra props. It comes with 1 extra set of props, but these clear props come off fairly easy in a crash, and they are not the easiest to find. So ideally, you want to get a bunch extra. And, if you order it at the time of, oh, there you go, right into the tree, and time to start over. But I'm getting a little bit more comfortable as we go, and this is pretty excellent. Most of the batteries, when they were done and recovered, I brought them down about 3.3 volts or 3.0 volts at the worst, but most of them ran all the way down to 3.3 before having the quadcopter tell me it was time to land. So I can't wait to go on the front porch and do some flying out front. There's not a whole lot of, I'll be doing some flying around the old playground. Oh, I recovered, yay. Yeah, I noticed on hard drops, there's a bunch of shake. This was after a couple circuits had left. Counterclockwise circuits, I decided to do a clockwise circuit. So these aren't necessarily out of order. But it's cheap, it flies smooth, good throttle, decent punch out for what it is. I haven't tried any moves. I don't even know any. But it's small enough where it could probably go through the hole in the backboard of the basketball hoop. Go through some of the porch columns and things like that. And I think as I get better control, I'm going to find far more interesting, I'll call it race paths. Oh, got myself caught in an old vine that is destined for the fire pit. All right. Now we're at a new battery. Definitely got worried around the tree. Especially after that other one grabbed hold of my quadcopter and took it for a spin. And it looks like at this point, I can't remember if this is one of the earlier ones or one of the later ones. I don't see a timestamp on this. You can, it looks like an earlier flight. I'm going very slow. I'm being far more careful. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more speed. It's small. It's a small quadcopter. As a matter of fact, one time I lost it in a azalea bush, and it was really hard to find. And even more hard to find were the propellers. The FPV footage, I was able to actually use that to help figure out where the quad dropped. So if you're not familiar with where you are, you might have a hard time finding your quad. If it dropped in a spot I wasn't familiar with, it took me a while to find out where it did land. Ultimately, it's got lights, so it helps. But I think one of the things I need to make sure before I go out again is to ensure that the beeper function is active. That I can use a momentary switch to activate. Oh, that's the one where I hit the tree and I landed in the azalea bush. There's the footage that helped me realize it was in the azalea bush, so I knew where to look. Yep, we're nearing the end of the battery on this one. You can see as I go, while sometimes I do get a little skittish, this is really, I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. You saw a couple of the runs are pretty fast. And fast isn't initially it, but horizon mode is weird because your tilt has to be constantly pushed. And it doesn't just kind of sit where you leave it. That's a blessing and a curse, right? But if I'm looking to learn how to, if I'm this is when I started again and I completely forgot that I was flying and realized maybe I should press record. So, yeah, just having a good time and enjoying it. So when I realized I wanted to make right turns and left turns, so I went to the right around the tree and to the left around the house. Yeah, it's good practice. Otherwise, you find yourself getting too comfortable with just one direction and not the band. Okay. Yeah, doing pretty good. Making some solid circuits. What I'm amazed at is in 3 minutes or whatever that I have this flying at a time, I can make a good 5 or 6 circuits around the house. I managed to recover. Good. You can see the back of the house. I get a good straightaway. I can make a turn. Obviously, that turn isn't very comfortable, but I'm getting more comfortable with the angles and the turns. Like right there, that's real easy. Line up fast. Come over the fence, bring it down. To the right around the tree. Oh, I didn't quite nail that one, did I? All right, we're still flying. Go to the left. I come around the bush, over the fence. A little bit high on the back of the thing. Too much up and down. So, looks like we're stuck in the grass again. All right, ready to go. I started that one on the doghouse. Yep. Like I said, if I can get footage this good or bad, but this quality level as it goes around the back of the house, I definitely will enjoy being in the front of the house when I fly. And I feel like I'll get better footage overall, and I'll be able to expand the racing circuit, as it were. Yep, kind of coming around, and yeah, don't forget to go around the tree to the right. Straight across. Bear left at the azalea bushes. Don't hit the taller bushes behind it. Tuck between the fire pit and the doghouse. Take a left. Run down to the tree. Turn right. Oh well. All right, let's put it on a basketball hoop and continue on. Like nothing ever happened. All right. Let's run the azaleas, just barely skimming that tree there. Run along the back. Again, there's a lot of up and down. Oh, I pressed hard to the left, and it's something I realized. Oh, I think we got it. Nope. There we go. Let's do an easy takeoff point. Oh, I guess we won't see it take off. All right. Continuing along, again, you can see I'm near the end of this battery, and it might be the end of all the batteries. Really, I think the biggest gripe is that the props don't stand terribly well, and that they come off, and they're clear, so you can't see them when they come off. I'm just kind of looking around the neighborhood. And of course, I realized I can't see where I'm descending to. And it would be awful to descend into a tree. All right, this one, I'm kind of running down the batteries just to see what happens. Looks like I'm going below 3. Okay, that explains why the camera went in and out. Okay. All right, well, that's it, though. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, because I'll be making more.